In 1897, Jerome Monroe Smucker, my great-grandfather, founded the J.M. Smucker Company. And then my grandfather went on to run the company for some 50 years. The company is still in existence in the fifth generation, and I'm proud of how they were always involved in giving back. And so I learned both from my grandparents and from my mom and my dad that giving back was one of the most important things that you could do in your community.
How would you describe your philanthropy?
I've learned a lot about philanthropy from my volunteer activities in Minneapolis. One of my favorite charities here is the Alzheimer's Association. My dad was diagnosed with this disease, and it was devastating. The Alzheimer's Association put me in touch with a support group, which was really helpful in making me understand what I was going through and what my feelings were. And as a result, I have been involved with the Alzheimer's Association here for the last 30 years. And so that has been for me a real stepping stone. How about you, Mike?
20 years ago, Dad started a foundation for the three kids to get us into the mode of being philanthropic. And every year we would give money to a couple charities. And I think part of philanthropy is you kind of grow into it a little bit. Since we started doing that, I'm getting more involved, being on a board here or there, volunteering. It's fun for me to get involved.
When Ron died, I was overwhelmed with all the things that happen when you lose a spouse of 49 and a half years. And I thought, I just can't do this Randall Family Foundation anymore. And so we turned that over to the Donor Advice Fund at the Minneapolis Foundation. And they have been amazingly helpful to lead us to really understand philanthropy within their own communities. And that has been very valuable to our whole family.
One great program made possible by a grant from the Minneapolis Foundation was they made it possible for 40 children who had a parent in prison to go to camp together. There's a real stigma about having a parent who's in prison. And so once these kids found out there's other kids that are just like me and we're out in the wilderness having fun, it was really healing for them. And this program was such a success that they started getting calls from all over the country, because this is one of the first programs like this. So that made me really feel good about the foundation, that they're leading the way.
It's been a pleasure to have the legacy of our generations to be able to give back to the community, and we have tried to do that in a way they would be proud of.